good shit. Rotation's locked. Rotate the rest stuff. And then do that. Like such. Oh, motherfucker. Alright, here we go. Let's make sure we're looking good. No pixelation, nothing. I've got it on a higher quality this time, so let's go. If there's any issues, you guys let me know, and then I'll cut the stream off and start again, maybe. Maybe, if I'm feeling it. Alright, so let's start this thing. Let's go. Yeah, I had to start a little late because of the thunderstorm. It just like shut my power off uh, twice. And so I was sitting here in the dark. I had to let it cut back on for a second. So yeah, hopefully there's no issues with the quality of the video. But I won't know until you guys say something. How you doing, Neo Netium? Hello. Tonight I'm working on Undergod, Volume 3 of my manga. I've already put out Volume 1 and 2 at the moment, physical copies of Volume 1 right now. I'm working on getting physicals of Volume 2. And it's all done traditionally. So, yes, tonight we will work on this till, yeah, we're going to be pushing it a little bit. If you guys are new here, put a like or subscribe. I would do this every day. Trying to let this channel grow. How you doing, Nayland Hazard? What's going on, man? I'm a little late on streaming today because of the thunderstorm or lightning. But we are here, getting it in. Oops. So what's new with everyone? How's everyone doing tonight? Oh yeah, it's raining right now out here in these parts of Ohio. And Jesus, I didn't think it was gonna turn the power off like that. Good thing I waited a bit, because if I would have started, then the stream would have been shut off a few times, a couple times. How you doing, Lady Elena? We're starting a little late today. The lightning storm. The lightning storm kind of thwarted some things, so I'm here. No worries. It's good to have everyone here so far. Make sure she's looking right. She's got a backpack on and she's sitting on this chair. So we're gonna knock this shit out. We're trying to get to volume 4. So one thing I do, I like to prep my pages ahead of time. So I'll do all my pencils in the morning when I wake up. And it can be 5 to 10 pages, depends. I'll just pencil them out. I'll have them all ready for inking. So I kind of like building up my stuff. They're like rough pencils. They're not like like all the way like shaded and all that stuff. They're just like placeholders to give me an idea of where things are at. She's got a backpack on her back because she's got a tail, so I gotta give a little space on the chair she's sitting on because of that. So those little things I keep in mind when I'm working. Just those little touches, little details. Is it all pixelated too? The video quality? Because I just raised the quality on it through the settings. So hopefully that made a difference because man, I watched some of those old the videos. It's not pixel, all blotching stuff. Well, that's good. Hell yeah. Good. All right, good. Yeah, I had to turn that settings. Hell yeah, even better. All right, my confidence feels raised. Feels better to know that because I was like wondering, like, man, all that footage and it looks like shit that I've done. So just make up for it. It's been a long week. Just trying to configure all this stuff. Yeah, thank you guys for clearing that up. Thank you. And draw feet. Oh, it helps me out. You don't have to wear the gloves, but it's just my system preference because it's helps me from smearing my pages or if my hands get all messy and stuff. Like also it keeps it makes washing my hands easier, especially you get ink on it and stuff. Then you gotta always take you gotta. I mean, of course, you gotta wash your hands and it's just a little bit of hassle to get the ink out. And on top of that, I like to keep my work clean. So yeah. You guys have any plans this weekend? Animating. What's up? Still practicing it better at getting at drawing. Trying to push out episode 1 within 2 weeks. Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are doing, staying busy and occupied and staying on your craft. That's good. And still getting better at drawing. Good. Good. Yeah, this is turning out turning out okay. When it comes to like doing like little tiny work like this, the finer stuff, it takes a little bit of time because I know I'll go back over and say, oh shit, and fix some things up, because when you're working smaller in some way, you gotta kind of work uh, kind of fine. Okay, I can add the shading after, but first thing I want to do is kind of lay out all the characters first. And like I always say, knock out what's the easiest first. It's my pencil. It just needs some guiding. Very true. Yeah, it's like you come up with a system so you're not overworking yourself. I always have 5 pages laid out. Like right now, they're sitting on the side here for this chunk of work and or fun, and I gotta go ahead. Just I have a system, so like what I'm gonna do is jump between pages because I need to get this done. So right now, just laying some guidelines out to give me some placeholders to where I need to ink. Like sometimes like you don't have to go full on detail because I'm gonna erase it anyways. So that's why I don't put as much as in the pencils. Because I see creators or works out there where they'll go full, shading all the pencils and all that stuff for the inker. But in this case, I'm like, nah, we're gonna do it like this. So I like working a little scribbly, you know, and then just go from there. So yeah, but I'm glad that the footage is clear because man, like what the hell? Hmm. I'm gonna change the music. I want something else. This is not doing it. This ain't doing it. Da, 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 da. Come on, play some music. Okay, while it's doing its thing, let's get back to this. So yeah, I'm glad you guys stopped in. It's just we just started, so it's all good. Just kind of warming up to the crowd and warming up to everything. Very true. Yes. That almost sounds like Skyrim. It is Skyrim. That's what's up. It's Secunda is the song. And I know I mentioned this on the last video, but yeah, the guy that did the music for like Elder Scrolls and stuff did the music for Secret of Evermore, one of my favorite games for this SNES. Try to time myself too when I draw. So I like drawing fast, but also like to be effective with it, not sloppy. So when you look close at any of my images, it's like I want it clean and crisp still. I don't want to sit here doing one line for a million years and then freaking finish the image. I want it done and done now and out of my head and onto the paper as soon as I can. It's like one of those things. So if I'm sitting here like this, okay, like here, I'll give you an example. Is doing this. Doesn't that drive you nuts? It drives me nuts. Just sitting there. That's why I like to keep things moving. Yeah, I gotta get my ideas out. Yeah, of course. Or else it's like molasses coming out of a tree. So I gotta keep it moving. But the thing is, it took some time to get to that point to where you could move, work fast. But when you start, when you can practice slow. You practice slow, and it's frustrating as hell. And then through time, you'll just start building up your speed as you get uh, as you have an understanding of how things operate in some way. Saying the lines got to keep them as clean as possible. So that's the thing. If you move too fast and you're not and you're doing this like that, then you'll screw up your whole process. Things like try to keep in mind like the strokes. You don't want to go back and forth. You want to like a stroke like in a sword. Like you're swinging the sword and you're just making that cut, just like that. Let's try that again. But yes, listening to Skyrim. I love the music. It's so chill. I was playing Skyrim on my VR some time ago, a couple of years ago, and really, kind of want to play it on the. I want to make her collarbone too. I really want to play it on the PC VR. But I was playing it on my PS4 at the time in VR, and that was pretty cool. Oh, you're so lucky. I'll have that soon. That's what I want it on PC. And Yeah, man, that thing is cool. So I rolled me up a blunt, went in VR, and sat in the water. That was interesting. So let me fix her shoulder a bit and get her right, cause man, that shit looks crooked and off. And raise that collarbone up here, like such, and then what we'll do, we'll white out this collarbone. You see what I mean? Those little touches, those little mistakes. I can not perfect. I make mistakes too, but once you make mistakes, you can fix them. Not all mistakes. All right, so yeah, some mistakes are good though. It's true. Happy mistakes, what Bob Ross would say. So I'm gonna let this dry right here. White it out, erase it, then white it out, because I don't really like to put the white out on the eraser. Then it turns into like this gray color of mush. So yeah, then we come back. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna knock this out real quick because it's a pretty simple one as well. Because that's how you want to work. You want to knock out the easier things, or unless you want to go backwards and do the more complicated things. But I would prefer doing knocking out the easy stuff first. I'm about to hit a wall and start a creative animation for fun and relaxation. That's what's up. Yeah, it's a chill stream tonight. I mean, we're chilling, but we're still working. We're still on the grind because I want to be starting on Under God Volume 4. I want to get to that because I mean this volume is gonna be freaking epic. Like this stuff that's gonna go in. Jeez, I can't wait because I'm excited to work on this. That's how it is. That's what I'm saying. Right now there's a rectangular plate with rounded edges. That's just how you do things and how you see things. This is a dish I made. I mean, I had to learn like French culinary to learn some of these dishes that October cooks. So I want it to look almost accurate or right on or something, not like what are we having today, or we're gonna have mush and some bread with it. Actually, want to take the time and just flesh things out, make this world feel alive. Like they do shit here. They live in this world, not just exist. And I want to keep every aspect of that alive. Got ink on my finger. I like the attention to detail. Hey. Yeah, it's like one of those things you push it. The details, or even not even in the art. just the art. It's like story, little things, little quirks that the character does. Like little things like that. Um, just stuff like that. Just those little details can really make a difference. So this is like part of the fish that October caught, killed, and she cooked it up, and she's explaining how she made this thing. There's just those little quirks, little nuances that I like to add because it feels like the character is not always stiff and has a constant scowl. It's almost like the characters are living, are going through this journey, through this experience. So yeah, love working traditional as well. So yeah, if you guys are new here, hit that like button, or if you've even been around here, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Let's make this thing grow. And let's get to volume 4. Let's make it to volume 4. That's the goal. Man, if we can get 4 volumes in this year, fucking even better. And then people will start realizing, hey, honestly, I don't really care what everyone else is doing like that. I mean, I see what they're doing, cool, like it, I love it, love that they're doing it. But when it comes to the whole work and all that, I'm glad they're putting books out and getting putting their projects out at the same time. But on my mindset is, I want to put out more than my oppositions. But also, I mean, it's friendly competition as well. We don't just jump into it, just be like, hey, it's friendly competition. And you start building partnerships with people, and that's what we want to. But first things first, got to get things established. Need my back button here. We'll hit that first set of collarbone that we screwed up on. Get that all cleaned up. And then what I'll do is come back to this and repair this panel. Do some surgery on it. I love having facial expressions on my characters. They should have facial expressions, not stiff and dead. Like, they should be reacting. But it also depends, the situation, what's going on. But me personally, I like messing with the expressions and uh, body language, like all that stuff is important. We'll come back to this and we'll work on this other page. Because, yeah, tonight we're going to be busting ass. Need my guidelines here. Let's see. And the thing is, like, um, it's like, yeah, I could do manga and all that. I could do realistic and all that stuff too. It's just, um, that's the thing. Like, when you're able to pretty much, I don't say boast about it, but when you can draw anything in a way, you're not limited. It's just from studying nature, observing, and all that stuff. But you shouldn't feel limited to that. Like I've had some people, they're like, well, I do 90s comic book stuff. Cool, I can do that shit too. But it's like one of those things. But I choose to do this. But if someone were to pay me pretty good for it, I guess if I wanted, I could. But right now, I want to be here in this world. You know, this is like my sandbox. When I created this world, it's my sandbox that I can go to and pull from my ideas. Everyone has their own like personal sandbox if they ever discover it, and you create that world where you just it's your endless well of imagination, your endless well of ideas and all that stuff. So yeah, that's what I work from. I have a world. I love the idea of it being a sandbox. Yeah, it's your sandbox. You know, it's yours, no one else's. What you uh, uh, pull out of it and create, like then the world can see what you've been what you have in your sandbox or what you've been playing with in your sandbox. It's one of those things. So yeah. So these characters, yeah, they're in my sandbox. Or I can sit there and just pull from it, from this world. I don't know if anyone else operates like that, but um but yeah, it's on another level kind of thing. The ethereal level, I guess. I'll make her eyelashes come out the panel. Let's see. It's raining outside, and I love it when it rains. It's like one of my favorite uh, times to draw as well. Nighttime, rain, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, there we go. And we can start adding her pupils and all that stuff. But yeah, I choose to put the details in the panels like this because I feel it'd be lacking if I had one plain panel. But it depends on what you're going for too. If you need to really express the scene, you know. I can love that, the look of that, just doing this like that. So, there. And then touch up her hair some here, just to give us an outline of where her hair is at. And then we'll fill it all in. There you go. All right, we're gonna let this panel here dry, and come back, of course. Thing it's like it's all right to jump around on your work. It's good to have all your pencils laid out and then do all your ink stuff. Then it can make everything so much fucking easier. The mysterious character. You taking this weekend off? I am. I mean, I'll still work on the manga and stuff, but just I take the weekends off from YouTube because then I have to. Matter of fact, I gotta do taxes tomorrow and all that stuff for the business. Um, but yeah, no, I will take it off, but I will be around. Still working though. Okay, we'll see where we're at because I'll take the time to uh, get things caught up and handle some personal things. Because when I'm not on stream and I'm working on this, I'm like just going all out. There, yeah. Looks like a hat to me. Hmm. I mean, shit, I could have that. This character is very mysterious. You guys won't know who he is. You read Under God. Knocking these out. And I've already checked the reference. It's always good to go back to your reference material, like if you drew a whole room and all that stuff, go back to your reference and make sure it's right on, so you don't mm, say, "Hey, I forgot to draw that lamp," and it's sitting right next to that guy. How you doing, LeMay? Oh, you got, I got. Oh shit. Well, thank you. Oh yeah, that's what's up. At a start. Thank you, LeMay. I'll sign it if you want me to. No, I'll sign it. It'll be signed. So that. See, I have this guy sitting on this chair, and it's gotta match up with that. It's gotta look. See, this is what it looks like with all the ink washing. Still, the screen tones aren't on, but thank you, LeMay. How are you doing tonight, by the way? And I gotta put screen tones on sevens and some parts of the room to really flesh it out. But with the ink washes over the ink strokes, really brings the depth out. Good, good. I'm glad you're doing fine. It's raining here, and feels like my energy level just spiked. Thank you, LeMay. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you that's bought a copy of Under God. For real, every little bit helps. Because there's so much that needs to be pushed out at this moment. I mean, if I was a millionaire, I'd be putting the projects out like back to back, like the card game, all that stuff. Just like here, let's put it out, and pay a team to do the video game too, to finish programming the video game, the other game. So yes, I really like how it turned out right here. So we can start erasing because I really want to start inking her hair in. It's like one of my highlights that I love doing is inking the hair or inking anything like even tunnels and all that stuff. Like just using the brush and the ink, but you don't want to overdo it. It's just how you do it. But one of my first gripes is understand lighting, shadow and light. Those are two forces you need. Shadow and light. Understand them, and they will be your friend. Sweep of our mess. I was driving earlier today and I seen a nice looking feather on the ground, like really nice. I was like, I need that. But I was driving like it was like you catch it on the last second kind of thing, and it's like I would have messed up traffic. See how I like how that's like bold it looks with her expression too. Messing up traffic for a feather would be funny. Oh man, it was looking nice. It was a big one too. I was like, man, I need that in my arsenal. Yeah, it would have been a brake check to the car behind me. One time I was working on my little S10, and I went and did all my brakes and calipers, rotors. I did all that, and I was putting all the lug nuts back in to put the tires back on. And I had a friend with me, wanting to help. And mind you, all the tires, I'm working on the rear passenger. tire. So I'm like putting that together, and I gave him the other socket wrench, kind of like, go ahead, here you go, tighten that thing up, tighten the rest of the three tires while I'm doing this because I already did everything else. He said, yeah, give it here, let me do it. Well, he was adamant about it. I said, okay. So I had to drop him off at home after putting the tires on, and I say it in quotations because I was like driving them. I started getting back to the house, and I heard this like clunky sound, like clunk, 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 clunk. I'm like, man, what the hell? So I go check my tires that he tightened up, and man, I can like literally loosen the lug nuts with two fingers, like a thumb and a finger, just like that, like turning a dial on a combination lock. And motherfucker did not tighten those tires. Yeah, it's like, dude, what are you doing? So yeah, so now I do that for my, I just do it myself, like, because you know that you'll do it right and it's done. It's just one of those things. I don't even know why I have the story up. Okay, so okay, yeah, not sleeves. They're almost like a. Uh, but yeah, you guys wait till you guys start seeing the creatures in this volume. It's gonna get insane. This this volume here, it's one of those volumes that I've been waiting so many years to finally get to it, and get to it right. Where you feel like you're in the right position to do it right now and do it correctly. Oh, hold on. I need my reference. Oh yeah, that's right. There's books over here too. That's another thing. Don't want to get lost in the sauce of things. So you want to kind of move with the contours of the cloth and stuff. And so it doesn't look like, because he doesn't have sleeves, that's the thing. So what I'm doing is, it's like you're putting like a cowl or a cape on someone, and when they're raising their arms, it has to compensate for the flow of the cloth and all that stuff. Like, how's this moving, or how's it laying on the body, kind of deal, you know? How's it draped upon the body? So those are like little considerations. that I'd like to take in. Because there's a little lampshade over here. Hmm. I'm going by the reference of the drawing that I have. Flesh that out a bit. We're 52 minutes in. We don't really have a big crowd today, do we? But either way, it's fine. This is cool. What is today? Tuesday. Yeah. It's right before the hump day. It's just one of those days. But, regardless, I still have to do this and put in the time and be here for a couple hours. Or an hour and a half, depends on how I'm feeling. But, you guys see the work getting done. Uh, but yeah, that's one thing I like is pushing panels and pushing the details because I don't want something to feel offbeat from the rest of the book, or the situation and the scene and all that stuff. Like it's gotta stay fluid. Yeah, it's a fine, nice night. Um, yeah, that thunderstorm kind of screwed up a lot of things here. I'm sitting there like getting ready to stream at 7:30, and then boom, boom, lights go out. I mean, it wasn't like right on 7:30. It was like around like getting close to 7, and it just did it like twice in a row. And I was like, yeah, I better just wait. So this is just we'll come back to this panel here. Oh yeah. Also, you can chill more on the stream. Yeah, that's true. True. Very true. what I need to do, kinda. I've been kind of been on edge lately and just taking care of so much stuff here at home. Just trying to run things and take care of personal stuff. I get a little overwhelmed sometimes, but it's part of being human. We have to go through the trials and tribulations, I guess. We have to suffer somewhat, I guess. Suffering. No, I'm not suffering. I just understand what it takes to do this right now. And I'm sure many others as well. It's a good chill stream, where it's raining out and it's just like, that's fine. That is alright. There you go. His comfortable chair is starting to kick in. And we also want to hit that because it's a shadow. Where he's at. So yeah, that's like one aspect of just kind of this panel. All right, we'll come back. We shall come back. Check this out. See how she's looking. I love how she's looking here. Very innocent and curious. And we can start adding little subtle details. Normally I would use a screen tone. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to just render and shape her nose like such, like this. Yep, there it goes. And thank you guys. Thank you. There. Then any like rough lines or whatever, you can go back over and like clean them up. Just give them a little hit so it looks like some cleaned up lines. All right. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to the other page and erase and start inking that, and then we can come back and work on these two top panels. Thing is, you want to keep it moving. Yeah, because there are other 5 pages here. We're gonna get ink tonight. What is going on, art enjoyer? All this talking and Elena's still number 2. I don't understand. I'm not doing that. So you guys can see both my hands here. Nope. How are you doing, art enjoyer? My life. I think you're using your hands for drawing, to be honest. Yes. I'm not sabotaging the EXPs, the XPs, the experience. In the past, I don't know why it does that. Like, I'm glad, the footage is coming out clearer now because I had to raise use more data and had to raise the quality on this. I was just can't believe I wasn't doing that. So from now on, it should be fixed and good. And thank you, chat, for clarifying that for me too. Thank you. So we erase, sweep our floor, sweep our page. Do another erase. Make sure everything is looking nice. And I'll need to use some white out real quick because I overdid my border line. So I'll take this and hit that little corner. Yeah. Oh shit! You know who I need to check out? Nico Holiday. They She sculpts, I guess, and I did not check out their channel like after that stream, so I apologize, Nico Holiday, for that. Let's add a little more up here. You gotta jam out to the Lazarus OST one day. I will. I have to give that a listen. Gotta make sure her bangs are like all even up. There. Yeah. Looking sleek. There she goes. So while, you know what I'm going to say, she's drawing, we're going to move up here and erase some things. When you're spreading your time between pages, you can really cover a lot of ground. My other streams, I just do like a page and just work it all the way through. But in reality, I really like spreading that out. You know, a little ink here and just touch her hair. Yeah, there's just so much shit going on. Even for next year, like next year is gonna be insane. So I'm just mentally preparing for that because you know, when I start to feel the little burnout, I'm like, okay, I need to step back and not like so much like it's like the health thing, you know, like I move around, I'll get my exercise in, but it's that whole when you're just feeling a bit much and you need to get away from it, you know. You know, go ahead and draw her face in and stuff. But when you're doing like little subtleties like that, even with the ink washes or just straight ink, you can really bring out the values of the piece. All right, let's draw her face. Little face and a little necklace too. Gotta try to get that in there. This is like crafting the image. I could hit her arm right here with some white out, so it's not looking chunky there. You know. Yeah, that's looking really nice. I have to turn another angle so we can really bring the dimensions out of this chair. So it looks doesn't look flat. It has weight to it and dimension, and that's the thing you're trying to mimic. That trying to mimic life as best as you can. It also depends on what you're trying to achieve as well. Those little subtleties. Those tiny strokes really make a big difference. So when you combine the tiny strokes and the large strokes, wider strokes, it'll definitely bring the work out. Like, now let's give this chair some more dimension. Because I'm hugging the contours of the chair, or I'm drawing the lines to the contours of the chair. If that makes sense. There. Yeah. And there's a lamp over to her right side over here. So that's where I'm like working with the light as I'm putting my strokes in. Yeah. Then we can fill in the rest of the room later. But yeah, that's pretty much how we do it here. Uh, Raise that a bit so it's even up with that, or bring this lower. Then we want to do one of these. Yes. Alright, take what, 10 minutes? Where is that? Where we're at? A few minutes? Start filling this in. Yeah. Deepen the shadows, bring the depth into it. Yeah. Use this as an example to kind of bring out the depth. And you want your hands to be in a comfortable position when you're making strokes. So you're like, you don't want to work to where you're forcing or fighting to create a line. It shouldn't be at an awkward angle to create a line. Move the paper around or your digital image around if you need to get that angle so you can execute that line. So that's why you see me turning the paper a lot, because of that. Just hope it's looking. I hope we're gonna make sure it's right on. There we go. We gotta add some contours to these cherry tomatoes. Put some dill on that thing. Gotta make it look appetizing, even though if it's black and white. Gotta try to make it look good. Yeah. Let's finish this plate up. Matter of fact, I'm hungry myself. Smoke break soon? It does sound good right now. But before we even do that, gotta finish this panel right here. And it's there. It's almost there. Or just get it all inked up. Then definitely do the ink washes and then the screen tones. So these traditional pages, these pages, well, where I'm pushing, I do like to go the extra mile and actually add the screen tones over some of the ink washes. Shit. I hate when lines kind of separate. Just do a little rough layout first and then go back over details. Yeah, create a system when you're creating anything. Have a system that works for you. So you can produce faster and produce more. Like me personally, I'm working on 5 pages at a time. Matter of fact, I have 5 pages laid out right here, right in front of me. And because it keeps everything flowing. So if you have a page drawing, you go to the next page, you touch it up, do what you need to do, and then come back. So it's like an endless cycle, and then before you know it, you're done. And you have time to enjoy for the rest of the day too, for yourself. Or you can use that time to get more done. Oh shit! I almost forgot one thing. I gotta draw the wooden table, or draw the contents. Because it's sitting on a cloth on the table. This plate. Maybe it's off center a bit. Yeah, let's make it off center so it's not square onto the cloth. Give some like a little bit of irregularity to it. So I don't want the plate to be uniform to this cloth laying here. And this cloth will have some detail on it, some little ornate design as well. So what I'm going to do I'm gonna do that real quick. Knock out some designs. Little some floral patterns for the tablecloth. So we'll do that real quick. The thing is, too, you don't want to be reaching over your drawings. You know, like when you're drawing, you want it close on you, close up to you and in your face, so you know it's on and not off. You're not over here. Like if I'm drawing this, I am not over here and drawing like that. You want everything like right in front of you, of course. You got the little floral design on the cloth. Add a little vine pattern behind the uh, the plants on this little cloth. And we want to add a little wood grain to the table as well. So then you got the cloth here. Let's put some irregularities here, like some folds in the cloth, for instance, like that. You know. So we're gonna throw a fold here and put another one. So it's like it's not irregular. It's not all clean. It's not like all pristine, like it's been ironed. And the plate on the cloth kind of shifted just a little tad bit. Add a little shadow under our plate just to give some dimension to feel that there's some depth to it, not flat. We can go over little designs like so. There. So now look at that. Just look at that. And we can start adding our little wood grains here. Looking good. So then we can thicken these lines around the plate to really make this thing pop and clean up our lines. Or, you know, there. And embolden these lines. So even though this is a scene, it's going to be a quick turn page or whatever, you know, it's just taking the time to do it. And the ones that will admire art and see that, they will take the time. But the ones that are just there for the quick fix, you know, they don't see anything special. So yeah, to me, I like my readers to go back and check out the details and the little things. I gotta put the little fillet lines on there. Let's go to a finer nib. How about that? But yeah, we got a plate here with a slice of fish on there. She's explaining. But they're getting ready to find out some shit, so you guys won't know until you get volume 3. And we're pushing for volume 4. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I wonder if any of these new creators, even the ones that's around, are gonna put out that many volumes in a year. Because it's one of those things. I like this, but also like the competition too. Friendly competition. And at the same time, I want people to create, you know. That's just me personally. I just want people to create and, you know, Just be the best that they can. Yeah. Add a little dimension to this. There. Oops. No unga, no bunga. So that's gonna dry. And we can jump to this page and do one more thing to this. This music motivated, motivational chat, the art, enough said. How you doing, Nico Holiday? Oh shit, you know what? I was just talking about you earlier. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go check out your channel and sub to that as well, because I meant to go check it out when you were telling me about your sculpting, and I totally did not do it, so I apologize for that. But how are you doing today, tonight? Working on these 5 pages, just while we're on messing around with this third one right here. Doing good. Just got done eating and watching Netflix with my wife. Oh yeah, that's what's up. What'd you guys watch? Yeah, I think at some points, I need to do some binge watching. That'd be good. WWE behind the scenes stuff. Oh yeah, it's crazy. I used to watch a lot of that stuff back in the day, like WE and WCW, all that stuff, and all the legends. Those were the days. That shit was cool. So watching one thing on China, and it's just how she was done. Oh shit, really? Had your stream on since minute 13 still. Oh. So you've been here for a minute, right? Had your Yeah, I appreciate that. Huh. Hmm. Yeah. What? It's 10:15. All right, you guys. 15 more minutes. I gotta go because I need to eat, go handle some things upstairs, and then I'll come back to this tonight. So 15 minutes. What can we get done in 15 minutes? I'm glad the quality's a lot clearer. I mean, I was like sitting there contemplating. I was like, man, what the hell am I doing wrong? Or what's, and then it's almost to the point where I was like, all right, you might have to break down and get a webcam in the future, like soon. I'm gonna raise her mouth a bit. But yeah, you guys should be getting your copies this. It should be like tomorrow, maybe Wednesday or Thursday, the latest. So keep an eye out and expect it. Or some of you guys might have already got your copies. So just giving you guys a heads up. Yeah, yeah. All right, we got 11 minutes. So 4 minutes to do that. Cool. Yeah, things are gonna get crazy in Under God. It's a build up of everything that's gonna happen. Um, Believe me, there's scenes I'm like ready to draw, and it's like, dude, you can't jump to that yet. You can't do that yet. You have to get this other stuff done first before you start jumping into all that. And that's what frustrates me. Yeah, it's about. Well, yeah. When I jump off here, it's gonna be that time. So I gotta go handle some stuff up there for a minute, and before I can do any more playing. If I should grab the model before I start doing these lines like that. See the gutter of this house, the So we got a little time, and then I think I'm gonna call it, you know. But before I do, I have to do this every time. At the end of the videos, I have to chill. I have to do this. And no shame, of course. It's just part of the job. And I want this business to grow, so I have to do it. So what I'm gonna do? Yeah, it's 10:22. Yes, it is. It is time. And then I gotta unfortunately I have to smoke off the camera. If you know what I'm saying. So anywho, I think we did pretty good so far. But I'm gonna be back down here working anyways, so either way, there's no rest. And I don't say it's for the wicked, but there's no rest for what I'm doing right now either, or for any of you guys. Stay dedicated to your craft. Stay on that shit. But see, spreading the workout between 3 pages, you see how much ground I can cover. How much ground you can cover, because the bottom part of this page is damn near done. Then I can move to the middle, to the top, and same thing with even with this. You're segmenting everything. You're making the workload easier for yourself, so you're working easier and not harder. Same. Anyways, alright, it's chill time. So, if you guys like to check out Under God Volume 1, you can get your physical copies and digital copies at angelsofrenaissance.com. You can visit here, and you can check me out on X, Instagram, and YouTube. Of course, we're here. And yeah, read Under God Volume 1 and 2. Available here on angelsofrenaissance.com. And your physical copies, you're getting 252 pages for $10. You can't beat that. And shipping and handling, of course, for physicals. Digital, same thing for the digitals. You're paying $10 for the same amount. 250 pages. Yes, Ramen Art. I might have an answer. But these are limited right now with this title right here. So you guys get them while they're limited. They're limited supplies until I get uh, the next wave of prints, and they're gonna have a different title cover. So get these while you can, and they'll be signed too. How did you print it? Well, I have a printer. Through my business, my company, my LLC, I hire a printer to uh, print out my books. And what website do I use? It's like who do I go through? Total Printing Systems is one of my people that I go through. So I have a close relationship with them, and we're good. But yeah, Total Printing Systems if you ever get a chance. So yeah, check out Under God Volume 1 and Volume 2 available. And Volume 2 runs at 278 pages for $10 as well. 18 and up, no minors, no kids. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Hey, no problem, Ramen Art. But yeah, check it out. It's available now. Limited edition. Limited amounts. So, alright, you guys. In the meantime, I got things to do. And come check me out. And it's time for that break. So you guys have a great night, and thank you guys so much for stopping in. And I shall see you tomorrow. All right. Good night. Good night, Ramen Art. Good night, everyone. Good night, Nico Holiday. And I will be checking your channel out. Oh, and you should be getting your book soon as well. So keep a lookout. Good night, Lady Elena. And I'll be checking you out. And you should be getting your books as well. And thank you, LeMay, as well, for getting a book. So, alright. Till next time, I shall see you guys tomorrow.